Here with Professor Mike. Professor Mike, tell them what they have to do for the YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the content, we take a lot of care and passion to present it press like at the bottom, and please share it. What we're trying to do is keep spreading what BJJ does to people, and it changes people in a super positive way. So please press like, please share if you care for the content. So thank you very much.
Yeah. So Professor Mike, like, share, subscribe, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything.
There's no other way to do it than this way. I just can't explain it another way to you. If you're missing a step, then ask me. Just say, hey, I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you mechanically why. I won't just tell you like, well, that's the way they taught it to me. No, I'll tell you exactly what that man's going to do. And if you do it out of structure, his patterns are going to change too. So you're not going to hold this man. So I see people like taking this hand, right? Let's go this way for a second. I'm like, I've told you to grab this like this for a reason, right? So I'm telling you at this point that you're going here and he's coming like this. And then I see people landing here and then just release it. He's just going to come up. And now they're going like this and he's coming up. And I wasn't under here. What am I going to do with this wrist? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I want to hold his hand? Like, no. Like, I'm here like this, and now he turns, and the idea being is I'm squeezing and I'm knee pinching hard. And now I'm holding this position, trying to read what's happening with this hand, right? If I don't like any grip at all, and I'll just play the storyline for a different way, because before I told you we were going to attack this quadrant right here. And then I told you we were going to jump over. And then I'm going, you know what, I don't really like how this is playing out. And you're too big a man, and I'm feeling like, damn, this guy's strong, okay? So I'm gonna ask you to transfer to this quadrant. I explained this earlier to somebody. Once you've been here enough time, right, you guys all know the moves. Like, you just know the moves. Like, you just get to a point, like, and if you're not sure, go on YouTube, buy a DVD. Like, so then what becomes the difference between a real good quality black belt? It's understanding your transition points with efficiency. That's how high. You want a black belt from me? That's what you got to do. I could care less that you can submit people, because a lot of times submitting people is just because you were bigger and stronger, or he didn't know anything. But you have no transition, no fluidity to the game. It's like, if I can't do this, I got to reset. I'm not asking you to reset ever. I'm asking you to flow to a different quadrant, re-attack from a different quadrant, and that's a high-level quality black belt. And everybody in this room could do that, right? So if you want to just go into 1 foot lock and release, go back to 1 pack, that's fine. Like, okay, if you stay here long enough, I promise you, you will get your belts, but they won't be from what you're thinking, okay? So I'm sorry to be hard on, but that's the truth. So that's why I'm a stickler for details when I ask you, because then you're going to ask me how come, or you're going to have somebody tell me like, oh, how come they're not promoting so-and-so? All right, let me see how long he's been here. But no, but he's not doing anything that I'm telling you to do. Like, so I'm asking you from this point like this, to hold this structure, and I'm going to say at this point, he's going to bail on you. And I'm going to, nah, I don't like this. And he's coming up. And I just told you to spin this way for a reason, okay? I'm going to ask you at this point that he's going to come up too fast on me, and I don't like the look. At this point, I'm here, and I was driving this kneecap, the bottom one into this back pocket. I'm holding this position, and now I had this free hand that I let go. So I'm going to use this hand to get to that bottom quadrant. So as Paulie's coming up, I'm already transferring my hips down low. I'm controlling this back elbow. I've caught position of that ankle to ankle. And where am I going now? I never let go of that back elbow. So if you saw me live, I'd be pulling it, and my only concern is to lace this hand through so I can slide up and now start attacking this neckline on this side. So back up again. Okay. So I'm going to ask you now transfer to bottom quadrant, because on Wednesday we'll go top quadrant, bottom quadrant, other side, high level black, right? He's playing the game beautifully. Guy's on the run. He's recovering, chasing. He's exchanging the battle back. He's changing. He's throwing out his pieces and following the patterns. Okay, so that's a high level black, right? So you're like this, and now he's coming up, and I'm saying drop this elbow, hold this hand for as long as you can. I just was driving this kneecap. I'm holding the positional line here. I'm slowing down the angle. All I wanted was this basing hand. So as the basing hand comes up, I can release these back legs and come right back into the position I want. Now as I land my position down low, I'm 2 things at this. Look where that blade is. It's right at the kneecap line. there's a position on that kneecap line, because when I pull this out this way, I want to change the hips. I also only want 4 inches to kick through. So this position is curled perfectly. There's got to be a pivot point holding this as I pull this to rip this. So don't tell me that you're leaving this leg like this. Then what was your position point? And the moment you pull this, you just, no. The moment I pull this, you just keep sliding it out. There was nothing here. And then your leg was so far out that when you're never going to put it through the pocket. So the moment you bring him over, he's on a crab ride, and you don't even know how to get to anywhere positional after that. So he escapes on you like you never followed anything. You weren't even close. So sometimes people, oh, I almost got his back. No, you didn't. You weren't even close. You're like this. One more time. I'm like this. I'm trying my best. He's coming up. I'm changing that line just like this. Free hand bases. Legs should land in one spot. You're going to see him land. Keep going, Paulie. My legs are right there right now. Look where my instep is. Perfectly mirrored to the back of that kneecap. So when I'm here, all I have to do is kick this out and pull it, and as soon as we drop, perfect. This is exactly what Giancarlo was with that guy, where he kicked out the leg, came up, and now he threw this in at ADCC. He did it beautiful. I know Johnny showed that to him, so shout out to John. That was his move. So let's partner up. Let's try it. If you forget, go on Happy Pill. Those videos were non-stop on how we get behind here, how we insert, how we recover, hip flips, everything. So you should be really kind of coordinated if you read long. If you haven't, if I see all messed up, I'll be yelling at you. You don't watch the Happy Pill. Okay, guys? So let's do it.